Very well today is LIC. This is following the Q3 results. The insurer's retail AP grew 61% during the quarter, while its VNB margin expanded too. Our colleague Yash spoke to the management of LIC on their Q3. Let's listen in.
I have been repeatedly maintaining the stance that we don't give guidances, but still, we are looking at a continuous improvement on our performance. So the two areas which we have been focusing from IPO days is on the product mix as well as on the channel mix. And both we have shown a considerable improvement in the current year over the previous years also. Our share of non-par has also gone up, as well as our share from bank assurance has also gone up this time. So the product mix has certainly helped in improving our VNB margins. And I expect that to continue a bit more. You talked about the 9 months period of 18.8% VNB margin, whereas in the Q3 alone we have shown a margin of around 21% plus. So we expect this improvement in margins to happen in the next quarter also, and we end up there will be some improvement over the current numbers when we close the current year for March.
Okay. Some color in terms of if you've shaped a product mix in a certain way and you expect your AP growth to be certainly higher in that sense. The VNB outcome? No,
the APE growth is something which we have been continuously focusing. The share increase has been a focus from the IPO time till now, and we have reached 36.8% as of now. If you find from Q2 to Q3, there has not been a big variation. So we think we are consolidating at this range. Though there can be some more improvement, but not a very big improvement in the share percentage. But VNB margin improvement is something which we have been continuously focusing on. We have been rationalizing our expense ratio also.
Correct.
So we will expect some more improvement in VNB margins.
Okay. So VNB margins, I think the last conversation that we had, you had said that, we expect to do better than what we did last year. Last year, if I'm not wrong, it was about 17.8% on the VNB margin side. For the first 9 months, you've done about 18.8%. 100 basis points improvement, at least, from as compared to the last full financial year. Where do you see this ending for the full financial year?
As I told you, there cannot be too much of an increase in a quarter, but we'll be continuously focusing on improvement in the VNB margins. I expect it to go up a bit more. So certainly, the last quarter we have done 21%. So if we have something around that for the current quarter, the overall for the year numbers will go up from wherever it is now. It will be certainly improving, and there will be some improvement. I don't want to exactly quantify it.
So I'm assuming about, even if you do the same thing that you've done in Q2, in Q4 as well, the overall yearly VNB margins would go to about 19.5%. Is that a fair?
You can draw your inferences, but we are expecting it to be improved over the last year as well as the current quarter. That's
okay. Okay. One thing that I want to understand with respect to GST impact, now the street seems to be asking a couple of questions. With respect to GST impact, despite the half of your book being on the group side where there is no impact, the current number which has come on the GST side seems to be on the higher side, is what the street seems to be a little worried about. How would you put that into context? Why is it high despite half of 50% of the book being on the group side where there is no impact?
See, there are 2-3 things. One, on the group side, we literally have very little commission. So the group is mostly direct. And the individual has got the intermediation involved. So you cannot exactly take it as 50-50%. We are continuously analyzing it. The current estimate that we have done is the numbers that you are talking about. We expect it to be rationalized, or it will get into an optimum kind of a thing as we go along and we do the complete analysis for the entire financial year.
Okay. And how much do you see in terms of rationalization on the GST impact also? As you said, you're constantly analyzing it.
No, it's a continuous effort. It has been just a quarter, so we have to arrive at what exactly is the exact amount of reversal that is going to happen. So initially, based on the initial reaction, this is the number that we have talked about, but a complete analysis will be happening before the year end, and we'll be able to arrive at the correct figures. It may be I don't see too much of an improvement, but there will be some improvement on that aspect as well.
Okay. Another thing that I want to understand on the VNB margin and the variance there, as far as the operating assumptions are concerned, on the VNB walk side, there has been a cut of about 280 basis points, whereas on the economic assumption, there has been an increase of about 190 basis points. Now, the street seems to be worried that it is the benefit of yield curve which is sort of offsetting the damage which came from the operating variance side. That happened, and it's a big variance in terms of the difference that has been put. Is there a fear of that being repeated again? Because this is, of course, from the previous year, but is there a risk of it happening again in terms of the large number of variants?
We are trying to rationalize the expense ratio. See, the operational part consists of expenses and also the assumptions on the withdrawals as well as on the other expenses that are going into that. So we have been continuously working on rationalizing our expenses, which has been quite visible over the last few quarters. This quarter, this input tax credit not being available has put some strain, which we are very confident that will get rationalized and also which will get absorbed on the overall reduction in expenses that we are continuously focusing on. So I feel that going forward there will be improvement on this area as well.
Okay, all right, that's the word coming from LIC. With that, we'll slip into a short break. When we come back, we'll be joined by the management of Godrej Properties on the other side. Stay tuned for that conversation.